have I also told the story of when my brother thought it was funny to sneak behind me in a hockey mask with a real butcher knife and keep poking me in the shoulder until I turned around and looked at him? And I looked at the hockey mask, I looked at the butcher's knife, I looked back at the hockey mask, and I looked at the butcher's knife, and I just started screaming my head off. And he pulled the mask off, and it was like, shh. And I'm like, Ray, what is wrong with you? And it came out later when I told that story. Kelvin's like, well, I'm not really sure why I did that. I thought you would just call me stupid or something. I'm like, well, I would have had that not been a real butcher's knife.
Right.
The real butcher's knife is what synced it for me. And so, of course, I started screaming. What did you think I was going to do? You had a real knife. I was 9 years old. I was young, but not stupid. I don't even remember if I was 9. I was probably still in elementary school when he pulled this.
Oh my word.
This is also the same person who thinks it's okay in the middle of the night to walk up to somebody's window and knock. And I'm just like, Ray, what are you doing? He's like, well, you didn't answer the door, so I came around and, knocked on the window because I knew you'd be up on your computer. I'm like, Ray, did you not think I might think you're some kind of creepy asshole? Or that any of my neighbors might think you're some kind of creepy asshole and call the cops? Or worse, pull out a gun on your ass?
Play with us, Kassie.
I know at least one neighbor has a gun. She's not supposed to, and honestly, I don't want her to have a gun because she's crazy, but she does. She nearly shot me with it once.
What?
Oh dear.
Yeah. She had knee replacement surgery on one of her knees, and one of the things was she wanted me to come over, and she paid me to basically come and, do some small stuff for her around the house, like cook or bring her food or wash the dishes or something, just simple things. And she paid me for them. And I'm like, yeah, I can do that. I went somewhere or did something. I think I cooked is what it was. And I made her some food. And because I was there in the morning and I told her I'd be back later, probably around 5 or 6, and I would bring her something to eat. Because she'd asked me to, cook for her so she'd have something to eat. I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And I went with the food to her house, like I said I would, at the time I said I would. And I knocked, and nobody answered. And I'm like, well, maybe she's asleep because she's on the really good medication. She's taking, like, oxycodone for her stuff. And I knocked again, and I'm just like, that's weird. And I thought I heard something. And I'm like, okay, that was strange. Like, somebody say something, like, wasn't really paying attention. And I kept knocking. I'm like, I don't understand why she's not answering. I'm like, I hope she's okay. And then finally, I heard somebody's like, who is it? And I was like, it's me, Miss. And who? Me. Who? It's Kassie! And she finally went and opened the door, and the first thing she said to me, because I was smiling, I was like, here, I got food. And she's like, you almost got shot. And I'm like, what? She's like, I almost shot you. And I'm like, why? Apparently, according to her, now this is kind of crazy, so you can't, basically she's a teenager in a 60-year-old's body.
Oh dear.
And, according to her, people come all the time and knock on her door and then run off. Which, sometimes that is a thing that happens. Kids think they're cute and they'll knock on people's door and then run away. Why?
Which is totally a capital offense. You definitely shoot people for that.
Yeah, right.
And of course they stand by the door after that and say, it's me,
Sure.
3 times.
Right.
Yeah, I expect her to recognize my voice, so I don't think to say, hey, it's Kassie, until she keeps asking me. And, I'm just like, Miss, I told you, I'm a little kind of shocked and surprised at this point. I'm not really pissed off yet, because that's kind of like a thing that you don't really expect to be told. And I told you I would come by at this time with food. You did? Yeah, I did, Miss. And you even said okay, 'cause you asked me to bring you food. I did? Yeah.
Wowie.
And then it was only after the fact that I start to get really upset about that. I'm like, and I did fuss at her about it a little bit. And she's trying to justify it as she's like, well, I got oxycodone and all. I'm like, I don't give a flying fuck. Give them your fucking oxycodone. You don't fucking shoot people. Basically, the more I thought about it after the fact, the more pissed I got.